Playing the cello is such a rewarding and challenging experience, but for beginner cellists, there are some common mistakes that can hinder their progress and make learning even more difficult. And in this video, I will go over 10 common mistakes that beginner cellists must avoid in order to develop great habits and achieve success in their cello playing. My name is Ilya Laparev. If you're new around here, make sure that you are subscribed to this channel in order to see more free lessons and tutorials like this one over here. And for the ones that know me already, welcome back. It's good to see you. Long time no see. I'll explain in another moment why I disappeared for 7 months, but that's going to be for the next time. With that said, I'm ready to dive right into the 10 common mistakes. Mistake number 1, bad posture. Having a good posture is crucial for playing the cello. Avoid slouching or leaning over the cello and make sure that your shoulders are relaxed. Keep your spine straight and your feet firmly planted on the ground. Because if you don't have a good posture on the cello, it will affect a lot on your playing. And with that I mean intonation, but especially the sound. Your sound will suffer a lot. Besides, in a longer term, you will get injuries. So that's not really cool. Mistake number 2, holding the bow too tightly. Because by holding the bow too tightly, this will result in a very harsh, scratchy sound like this. So make sure that your grip is relaxed but firm. Practice holding the bow with a light touch and allow it to bounce lightly on the strings. Mistake number 3, neglecting the left hand. The left hand is responsible for fingering the notes on the fingerboard. So it's very important to practice a lot on left hand technique and intonation. That includes scales, etudes, and musical pieces that are great for left hand development. So when you practice, make sure that your fingers are properly placed on the fingerboard and always practice in tune. This is very important. Use your ears. Your ears are your best weapon. I cover great etudes or studies here on YouTube. They are called Fayard Studies of the Young Cellist. You can find them through my channel. I already covered like more than 40 etudes, so there are a lot of great left-hand exercises there. So you might want to take a look. Now, mistake number 4, neglecting the right hand, the bow hand. The bow is responsible for producing the sound on the cello, so it's very important that you practice proper bowing technique, and that includes bow grip, bow placement, bow speed, and so on. Great stuff to practice bowing technique are open strings, scales, specific etudes, specific musical pieces. See what your teacher can recommend you. Also, again, I have a bunch of etudes by Louis Fayard. Link is in the video description below, or you just find it through my channel where I talk a lot about different bowing techniques. Mistake number 5, and this is my favorite one, neglecting scales and arpeggios. And especially I love to remind this to young cellists because let's be honest, scales are not so much fun, but it has to be done. Scales and arpeggios are fundamental to cello playing and are important for developing technique and intonation. So here comes my suggestion. Practice scales and arpeggios regularly in order to build a strong foundation. Mistake number 6, and this is probably one of the most common mistakes. I bet you even do it. Rushing through the pieces. Practice slowly. Yes, again, practice slowly. I know it gets old, it gets boring, but it's very important. It's very important to practice slowly because like this you can ensure accuracy and you get control on things. Don't rush through pieces or play too fast before you're actually ready. Take it slowly, take your time and practice in smaller sections. Mistake number 7, neglecting sight reading. Sight reading is such an important skill for any cellist or any musician. So it's important to practice reading new music on a regular basis. So practice sight reading at different levels of difficulty in order to challenge yourself and to improve your skills. In the near future, I will make a video giving tips about sight reading. So make sure that you're subscribed to this channel and hit the notification bell so that you won't miss this lesson because it's going to be an important one. All right, mistake number 8, and this is also a very common one. not practicing with metronome. For those that do practice with metronome, you can skip this section over here. But for those that are not practicing with metronome, let me remind you, it's so important to practice with metronome. Why is that? That's because you can develop a strong sense of rhythm and timing. Besides, use a metronome to practice, I don't know, some difficult passages in a slower tempo. When you can tackle it, you increase the speed bit by bit. Mistake number 9, practicing with a poor sound quality. This one gets a little bit complicated because that depends on your geographical and or financial situation. I had my doubts if I wanted to add this mistake or not, but here it goes. The sound quality of your cello can affect your motivation and progress, so it's very important to invest in a good or at least a decent instrument and bow and to have it properly maintained. So practice on a well-maintained cello and bow in order to get the best sound possible. For those that started out, of course, with a crappy instrument and then they upgraded to a better instrument, you know what I'm talking about. Finally, we arrived at mistake number 10. Stay with me, guys, we're almost there. Neglecting to take breaks. Cello playing can be physically and psychologically demanding and it can be tiring, so it's very important to take regularly breaks in order to stretch your arms, your fingers and your mind. So take a break after practicing, I don't know, 30 to 45 minutes. Stretch your arms, fingers in order to prevent injuries. Besides, practicing too much at once, it's pointless because your brain is not programmed to absorb so much information at once. So make a good use of your practice time. Approach it as it would be a sacred moment. So these were the 10 common mistakes that I usually find in students during my career as a teacher. So if you will avoid these common mistakes, you can and will develop a strong, solid foundation of technique and musicality, which will help you progress and enjoy playing the cello. So remember to practice regularly, take your time and focus on good habits and techniques. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Happy practicing and I'll see you in the next one.